Hey guys, Madison here, and welcome to the fourth and final week of Madtober 2023. Please excuse my voice this week. I have a cold, in case you can't tell, but I'm going to power through. I'm going to power through this reaction because I'm really looking forward to this movie. I really don't have a plan per se when I go into Madtober each year. I have kind of a selection of movies that I work from. Throughout the month, I kind of look for more movies. I have just about every decade on the polls throughout the month, but this month kind of unintentionally became like classic Madtober month because except for Ghostbusters, which, I mean, that's a classic, but not one of the older classics that came out in the 80s. But I mean, that was what kicked off the month. And then I had Psycho, The Birds, and this week for the last week of Madtober, I'm watching Wait Until Dark. So 3 of the 4 movies for this year's Madtober were filmed in the 60s, came out in the 60s. So this kind of just completely unintentionally became like Madtober 60s edition or something. And I'm not mad about it because you know what? I have had an amazing time watching Psycho and then watching The Birds. And now I'm watching my first ever Audrey Hepburn movie. I know, you're probably like, you've never seen an Audrey Hepburn movie. I haven't, really have not. I know Audrey Hepburn, like I know her face, I've seen her face, and I think of her as, you know, fashion icon Audrey Hepburn. Because everyone knows of Audrey Hepburn, even today. Well, I would say most people do, but I've never seen one of her movies. Not one of them, so this is the first one. This is like a milestone in my life. First Audrey Hepburn movie, and I'm really looking forward to it because I mean she is such a classic icon, so I'm really looking forward to actually seeing her like on-screen presence. It's gonna be really, really cool, and I'm glad to have, you know, my reaction channel to document this experience. I know there's gonna be some of you in the comments who are gonna be like, this is not a horror movie. This is not, you know, what you typically think of, like a Halloween or the Friday the 13th or whatever. But, you know, based on the premise, which I believe is a home invasion, I consider that pretty terrifying. So you know what? That is horror to me. You know, Madtober does not necessarily mean strictly horror films. It can just be thriller, suspense, anything with spooky elements, you know, that makes your skin crawl a little bit, you know, something that really scares you. I think that this film fits what Madtober is to me, and that's why I put it on the poll. So yeah, it's not horror necessarily, but if something's thriller, suspense kind of vibes, that counts as a Madtober pick for me. So, quick announcement before I jump into the fourth and final reaction of this annual Madtober. I have an exciting thing to share with you if you haven't already seen it in the community tab here on my channel. I am writing a short story that is in the universe of my debut novel, Gone Outlaw, which came out back in July. This is part of that series. This is in the same universe as that. My series is called Sunset Legends. It's a historical Western series. I'm currently working on the second installment, but there is a short story that's going to be connected. It's a prequel to Gone Outlaw, and it's coming out in 2024, early 2024. And if you're interested, this is, you know, a lot of you watching this might not be your thing. This is a, you know, Madtober, spooky suspense movie. But if you're watching this and you happen to be a Western fan, or if you're just a fan of mine and you're interested in seeing more of my content and you have not signed up for my mailing list, be sure to go and do that. All you have to do is go to my website, maninthewilderness.com, and a prompt will come up pretty immediately, like, do you want to subscribe to my mailing list? I would recommend you do that if you want to keep up to date with all of the latest in what I'm doing, what I'm working on, because not only will you have exclusive access to this brand new short story that I'm going to be writing, it's going to be free and free forever for anyone who is subscribed to my mailing list, and that's the only way you're going to get it. There's going to be no other way to read it. If you want to read that story, be sure to subscribe, or if you just want to get my monthly newsletter, you want to get all the updates about new books, new artwork that I'm selling through the store on my website, or upcoming events, or the newest YouTube video that I'm dropping, all of that will be sent straight to your inbox. And if you're one of those people who's like, my inbox is already overflowing, I don't need more emails, I completely get it. But I am never going to spam you with emails. I'm not going to be spamming you with 2-3 emails a day. I rarely send more than 1 to 2 emails per week. There would have to be some, crazy stuff going on that I need to be announcing. It's usually 1, maybe 2 emails a week. So don't worry about me spamming you. That's not going to happen. It's just a very good and convenient way for you to keep up with everything that I'm doing, because with the way algorithms work now, you follow someone on Instagram, you follow them on Facebook or whatever. Algorithms are weird now. Sometimes you can just completely miss something that somebody posted and you're like, how did I miss that? Well, that can't happen if you're subscribed to my mailing list. It will go straight to your inbox and you can see it. You'll be the first to know. I let my subscribers know about everything first. So if you want to know about all the latest announcements, be sure to head on over there and do that. You're going to want to do that, especially if you were a fan of Gone Outlaw and you want to get all the latest updates about the next book in the series and when that's going to be coming out and all of that good stuff, because as 2024 approaches, there's going to be more news coming on that front. So be sure to sign up to my newsletter, my mailing list, if you're interested in getting all those updates and getting all that info and getting the subscriber exclusive short story. Alright guys, with that said, it is time to jump into this week's reaction, Wait Until Dark. I'm so excited. My first Audrey Hepburn movie. This is a moment, guys. It's happening. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump in and let's check out the 4th and final movie of Madtober 2023, Wait Until Dark. Well, that's morbid.
Come on, Louis, come on.
Whoa, look at that hair. How do you even get your hair to stand up that tall? A lot of hairspray. That is a coat.
They should make heroin look like something else. Candy bars, maybe.
Putting heroin in the doll?
Be careful, Lisa.
You too, Louis.
There's got to be like a less conspicuous thing she could be carrying, because like she doesn't have a kid with her, so why does a grown woman have a doll? Like, why not a makeup bag or something? Although a makeup bag is a bag, they would have to check it. It has to be an object they can't look inside. Why is she handing it off to him? Well, that was weird. Was she not just supposed to make a delivery? Obviously that wasn't who she was supposed to deliver it to. She was intercepted, so she handed it off. This poor unsuspecting man.
Where's St. Luke's place?
I don't know nothing. I'm a dropout.
I asked you a question, kid.
Yeah, this is it.
Thanks. Lisa?
What are you calling for? She says she's not here.
I love the quirky, sort of creepy soundtrack. He's just helping himself, isn't he? Why does it sound like the water's running? It is running. What are they doing here?
Lisa doesn't live here.
Yeah, I know it's clean.
Since when can Lisa type?
Since never. Come on. Think the place is bugged?
You want something?
You, Mr. Townman. In fact, I want both of you. And I've come here to buy you.
Start with, who are you?
I'm Harry Road Jr. from Scarsdale.
Scarsdale?
he like the mafia or something? What's going on?
Once upon a time, there was a fairy princess named Lisa. She had two very good friends who shall remain nameless.
A certain stockbroker, a Charles F. Parker, wasn't it? Got nasty. And then our poor heroes went to jail. Lisa, well, she escaped.
What's the point?
Lisa would like to do something for her two unnamed friends now that they're back in circulation again. Now may we have weapons on the table.
And you? What's your favorite toy?
Geraldine.
What does she do?
Now, Lisa will pay you $2,000 each for a couple hours' work. Interested?
What kind of work?
Finding Lisa's doll.
What kind of doll?
An ordinary doll, a child's doll. Lisa and I thought more, 500 each.
Why so generous?
So you don't ask what's in the doll.
So now we know what's in the doll.
Well, win one, lose one. Lisa gave the doll to a man named Hendricks. She met him on the plane from Montreal.
Hendricks, who's he?
He's, nobody. Mr. Clean, a photographer. Lisa called up about the doll, but Mr. Hendricks couldn't find it. He looked all over for it, but he couldn't find it. Doesn't that strike you odd?
Yes.
Was he lying?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Are they gonna help this guy get the drug doll? Or are they gonna try to play him when they find it?
All right, fat man, over there. Now both of you through the door backwards.
Creative. I like it.
If you'd only said please.
Yeah, sit down, bud. Well, there's Lisa.
She was trespassing, Mike, poaching, going into business for herself. Bad news. Haven't you forgotten something?
We just earned the money.
I mean, fingerprints. You just signed your names all over this place. Even if you could remember everything you touched, it would still take you hours to wipe them up, wouldn't it? If not days. If you do exactly what I tell you, there'll be no police, there'll be no problems. First, get her out of here. Roll her up in this. I got a van by the corner. I'll bring it out front.
Well, his wife is home.
Sam?
And she's blind.
Hi. I just thought I'd call to tell you I was the best in blind school today.
That's my girl.
I really truly was, cross my heart.
I believe you.
So can I come over and wait for you in the coffee shop downstairs? Is that all right, Sam?
Sure, honey.
Won't be hard to find me. I'll be the one reading Peter Rabbit in Braille.
And she has no idea they're there. Oh my goodness. It hit her hairs. Ugh.
Gloria, I know you're there.
Who's Gloria?
Mr. Hendricks won't wait forever. Shall we go to work, children? Highly recommended. Disposable. You buy them in enormous rolls from Hammacher Schlemmer.
Yeah, he's done this before. She has no idea there was a dead lady hanging in her closet.
We never see him. He's ordered us a new refrigerator since we moved in, so he doesn't come around much.
I love her coat. I want it.
Susie?
No, Batman! What are you doing?
Gloria. She's been after me for weeks to take some pictures.
You know there was a murder around here last night? They found the body this morning. A lady from Scarsdale. I heard it on the radio.
If she only knew.
And you're afraid for your life? That's a true fact?
No.
Maybe she should be. Because where is that doll?
Oh, if that doll woman calls, tell her I haven't found it yet. Let Gloria look around for it while she's down here. The thing must be somewhere.
The main problem is that she's in love with you, which makes me the villain of the piece.
Susie, she's a kid.
I'd rather have a dog.
Dogs can't shop at the supermarket.
No, and they can't rearrange the furniture either so that I trip over it.
Susie, give her a chance. Poor old Gloria gets slammed around like a ping pong ball. On top of that, she's wearing glasses for the first time. Some of the kids are calling her the monster from outer space or some such.
Oh.
If the weather's okay, try walking over to the studio and back. No cheating.
Do I have to be the world's champion blind lady?
Yes.
Oh.
Just tell me what you want, and then that's what I'll be.
Susie.
Oh, I mean it.
Shh. I don't want you ever to be anything but Susie.
Sam?
Huh?
Are you looking at me?
I don't.
How did he lose that doll? I mean, it was in his suitcase, and it's a pretty big doll, not a very big apartment.
Sam? Gloria! Somebody!
It's just a candle. It's not burning down.
Mrs. Hendricks, you all
It's
right?
fire somewhere. Can you see it?
What?
I'm blind and I don't know where it is.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. It's in the ashtray. Oh, it's only a cigarette butt.
I thought it was a candle. My bad.
My name's Mike Tallman. I used to know Sam.
I can't thank you enough for being here. And I'm sorry that Sam isn't here. He won't be back until later tonight.
Are these Sam's, these pictures?
Yes.
I sure have put on a few pounds since those days.
Liar.
Did you know Sam then?
No, we only met a year ago, not long after my accident.
Oh, she had an accident.
A car crash, or really far from the crash. Gloria? Who's that?
A little girl.
Come in, Gloria.
Or not.
Thank you forever and ever for... Oh, Lord. Hello, are you still there?
You know, her struggling to navigate around like she is makes a lot more sense now, because usually if someone's born blind, they really just get things nailed down from all the years of just practicing. But she's only been blind a year. Makes a lot of sense why she's still just so kind of out of sorts.
What did you do then?
Switched it to the frost, of course.
Did you close the door?
Yes.
Liar.
Please shut the door.
Close it yourself. You're nearer.
So mean to a blind lady.
What's that? What are you doing? Stop it!
This child should never be invited back to this apartment. Sam should fire her, find someone else to help Susie. Because she's just a terror. That's the word I was looking for. She's a terror. Yeah, you should feel terrible.
You shouldn't have called me names. I don't call you names.
I'm not a very good blind lady, Gloria, and I'm still not used to all this dark brown. I know I look dreadful half the time.
Oh no, you're gorgeous.
What a lovely thing to say.
Well, that turned into an unexpectedly sweet scene.
Did we break anything?
Oh no, I only threw unbreakables.
That was crafty of you.
I learned it from Daddy.
You run along now. I'll put all this away so I know where to find it.
Right, see you later.
I should very much like to speak with Mr. Sam Hunt, little girl.
Who is this guy?
What is it?
I should like to see Mr. Sam Hunt, and you will please tell Mrs. Rose that I should also like to see her. Where are they?
Oh, can't go in there.
Here. I was right, you silly thing. And now I've got the proof. You tell Sam Hunt to leave her alone or I'll fix him.
Huh? Is Sam cheating on her?
There was a man in here. He just flew in like a big black crow.
He's gone now. It's all right. Hello? Police?
And the guy just busted in, that right, Mrs. Hendricks?
Yes, he was at the door when the little girl went out.
You act as if nothing had happened.
Mike, we'd better let the sergeant do it his way.
Thank you, lady.
Hello? Oh, Just a minute. It's for the sergeant.
Yes, Lieutenant, go ahead. Well, what's a doll got to do with it?
The doll.
Sure. Don't want to alarm you, but there was a woman found near here this morning.
I know.
Did your husband happen to know her by any chance?
Of course he didn't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tallman. I was asked to make inquiries.
Good cop, bad cop.
What are you, some big-time lawyer?
No, but I know what her rights are.
I didn't think you were. Wow. Goodbye, Mrs. Hendricks.
Man, they are working her, trying to get the truth, and she doesn't know. She ain't got a clue.
Forgive me for bursting in on you like this. Mr. Hunt?
No, Mr. and Mrs. Hendricks live here.
I'm Mrs. Hendricks. Can I help you?
My name is Rote, Harry Rote, Jr. Mrs. Hendricks, has my father been here?
The old man?
Yes, do let me explain. I'm so embarrassed that he thinks that my wife has been seeing this Mr. Hunt. The other afternoon, there was a big scene. There were testy words between my wife and my father, and my wife stormed out of the apartment with her doll. And then, this morning when I told Dad that Lishiana hadn't...
Lishiana?
Yes, Lishiana, my wife.
Your wife didn't come home last night?
That's right. And...
May I take a message?
Well, I'll be leaving now. Again,
No, I'll
please
take it,
forgive me for
Sergeant.
intruding.
Well, his son's here now.
Hello? Speaking? That's right. No, she didn't. No, tell me now. Oh.
Doll. The one Mr. Rote Jr. described. Sam brought a doll exactly like that back from Canada. A woman at the airport asked Sam to carry it for her so that her other little girl who was meeting her wouldn't see it and get jealous. Sam never met the doll lady in his life before, never laid eyes on her before. He told me so.
No, he didn't know her because when she was handing it off in the airport, he was like, I'm getting confused. I'm trying to remember everything.
It's winter. It's dark early now, isn't it?
Yes.
Then why has everybody been playing around with the blinds? Is one of the policemen Mr. Rote?
Yeah.
No, I don't think the police work like that. It's two cops and robbers.
Mr. Rote's story and Sam's don't go together.
It's what the police think that counts. If we want to help Sam, we've got to find that doll before they do.
But it isn't here. It isn't here.
It must be!
When we finally convinced her that we didn't want it, she locked it and deliberately dropped the key down the drain outside. I wish the doll were in the safe.
Anyway, it is your problem, isn't it? Yours and Sam's. I can't miss the last plane.
You said you'd stay.
Sam will be home soon.
Will you give me a phone number?
Phone you when I get there.
Well, at least give me the name of your friend so I can call information.
Well,
Give me the mafia's phone number.
Might.
Hmm?
Thank you.
The suspense of the main character not knowing what's going on, but we know what's going on, sort of. But we have questions. The vicarious suspense in this movie is great. And this guy trying to hoodwink her. The doll. Gloria has it. That is the creepiest looking doll. I can't. It's like those dolls from the horror movies. Why is she sneaking? What is she doing? Why is she hiding it there?
Who's that?
It's only me, Susie.
Oh. Listen, do you remember the man who was here when you brought me the groceries?
Sure.
What did he look like?
Kind of dumb looking, I guess.
You'd recognize him if you saw him again, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There's a police car out there. Can you see the face of the man inside of it?
There's no police car.
There's no car out there.
Well, yes, there is. A kind of squatty truck right by the phone booth.
Phone booth?
Susie, he's coming this way. Watch out. He's looking through the window.
Can he see you?
No, but he's still looking. I think he's going. He's go...
Oh my gosh.
Can you see the phone booth from upstairs?
From Mother's bedroom, I think.
Go upstairs and watch that phone booth. Don't take your eyes off it for a second.
Susie, if you need me for anything, just bang on the water pipes in the corner.
She's not gonna get to leave.
Quick, up the stairs.
I'll be right with you, Sergeant. Just a minute. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm glad you dropped by, Sergeant. Some children were playing out back, and I think they broke a window.
Darn. There you go. Go, Gloria, go.
There's nothing broken anywhere. You've been looking for something, I see.
I couldn't find the garbage bags.
You know what I think? You can't find that doll. Mr. Rote recognizes your husband from a photograph his father has. And old man Rote remembers seeing your husband and Mrs. Rote together several times. Hey, who are you phoning?
The 6th Precinct. I want to speak to Mr. Rote. He must still be there. Operator?
Wait a minute. Mrs. Hendricks, I'll get him. I can get through quicker.
Mm-hmm. I hope she starts to sniff this guy out. Because he stinks.
Go ahead.
There he is in the phone booth. I hope Gloria's watching.
My lawyer has advised me that if your father makes any more accusations against my husband, he will have to take immediate action.
If only she would just call the real police. She'd find out what's really going on here.
Don't leave this house.
What did he just do? Did he just lock her in?
Is something the matter?
I've got the doll.
Great.
Can you come right over?
I'll run all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Mike. Uh-huh. Yeah.
No!
Oh, gosh. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Carlino.
Now what?
Operator, the police, emergency.
Susie, it's me, Mike.
The doll, Susie, where is it? Where did you find it?
Oh, well, that's a silly part, Mike. I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier. You wait here, Mike. I'll be right back.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
To Sam's studio. That's where it is.
How do you know the doll's at his studio?
Gloria just told me. You know the little girl with the groceries.
Where is the studio?
It's 2 blocks away. It's on the top floor, and the desk is in the far corner, away from the windows. It's a big old thing. Roller top. You know the kind I mean.
Yeah, I know the kind you mean.
What is he doing?
Are you sure the little girl saw the doll there? Are you sure this is all true?
I'm saving my husband's life, aren't I, Mike?
Well, if you're sending them to a studio, I don't know about that.
You stay put. Make yourself a cup of hot coffee or something.
Whatever you say, Mike.
What was he doing, hooking that wire around her stick? Is that so they know when she tries to leave?
The first thing we have to do is stay calm.
I'm calm, Susie.
She's calm because she doesn't know what's going on here.
They're sure not detectives. The one out on the street, can I get by him?
Not without his seeing you.
Take a taxi. The driver will know where it is.
What should I do when I get to the bus place?
Ask where the buses arrive from Asbury Park. Stay there all night if you have to. Sam will be on one of them. Can you do that?
Of course I can. Gee, I wish something like this would happen every day.
The kid's always enjoying the adventure.
Oh, I'm a Girl Scout. Want to buy some cookies?
Buzz off, kid.
Guess I better try to make points with someone else.
She's great.
Operator.
Oh, did he disconnect her phone? Darn. Darn. This is not good. Just give him the doll. Just hand over the doll and then they'll leave, right? but she thinks that's gonna incriminate her and or her husband, so she doesn't want to hand over the doll. But if you just, I mean, right, if she just hands over the doll, that's all they want. Lights out, here we go. Okay, but the music's really slapping here, I'm not gonna lie. Home Alone, Audrey Hepburn edition.
All right, I'll meet you in the parking lot.
Susie, it's me, Mike.
You've been to the studio, Mike.
That's right.
And there was no doll.
There wasn't even a desk.
You really ought to have a desk. But then you don't know my friend Sam and about him needing a desk.
You listen to me, and you listen to me good. You give me that doll, and you give it to me fast.
Sam didn't kill that woman, did he, Mike?
He met her at the airport. Just exactly like he told you.
Did Mr. Road? It's more than the doll with him. It's that he wants to do evil things.
You don't have to worry about Road.
So Rode is the mafia guy. Okay, I was getting him confused with the not the grandfather. Oh my gosh. What?
What are you gonna do now, Mike?
Oh my gosh.
Disappear like magic. You're a good, strong lady, Susie Hendricks.
World's champion blind lady.
Oh, yeah. And Susie,
Yes, Mike.
I want you to know it.
Yep.
Mike.
Yep.
Mike!
Yeah, he was just running over his friend in the parking lot. He's got the sneaky gloves on. He's really giving me Dr. Octopus vibes with those glasses and that haircut.
What are you doing, Mr. Road?
About to burn the whole place down.
What are you gonna do with that gasoline?
No, you just guessed. Now guess.
No! All right!
I thought that would save time. Did you know they wanted to kill me? I did. I knew it even before they did.
Where's Sam?
Clever Susie.
Where is he?
He's on his way to Bellevue Hospital. Your wife is at a slight accident, you know. So he took the first bus and is racing to your bedside.
Oh my gosh.
What is that? Stop it!
No, I'm not gonna ask you again, Susie.
I can't, it isn't here!
You're lying again.
Oh, what is that?
This poor woman.
Mr. Rowe,
Hmm.
are you looking at me?
Yes, it.
Oh.
I have your knife, Mr. Rowe.
And I've got the matches, Mrs. Hendricks. No, 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 no! No, no, no! No, it's out! It's out! It's out! It's out, I said!
Try lighting a match now, Mr. Rowe.
Yeah, light a match now, fool.
Pick up the cane. Go up, tap. Tap. Keep tapping.
This is fantastic. She has completely turned the tables.
Louder.
What is she doing?
Well, Susie, it's all over. Drop the knife.
Don't drop it. No.
And the matches. Down we go.
I'll give it to you if you'll just go and not hurt me.
Don't forget he's still covered in gasoline.
Down.
How much heroin must be in this doll?
Well, Susie, now I want you in the bedroom.
You said you wouldn't hurt me.
Did I?
Oh, right in the chest. Got him.
Window.
Can't she get out the door? Guys, that scared me. Oh my gosh, she just came flying out. Ugh. I knew it was coming and it didn't help. Oh my gosh.
Where is it?
What happened?
Wait!
You stay here, Gloria. Do you understand?
All right, come on, look out.
Yeah, she couldn't figure out that stupid chain. Too little, too late, cops.
Susie!
You know this man?
No. Susie, for God's sake, what?
Where is she?
Susie!
Wait.
Great girl.
Had to do it all by herself. I mean, Gloria. Gloria was...
I'm over here.
Sam, you know what? You failed, okay? Gloria was the real, not MVP. Susie's the MVP, but Gloria with the assist there at the end.
Sammy.
Ugh. Oh my goodness, y'all. Apologies to any and all headphone users for when I just screamed there at the end. I knew it was coming. I was like, whenever they leave the bad guy lying somewhere and he's wounded or whatever, you know he's going to come flying out of nowhere and attack them again. But the way he just came, it was like a flying squirrel or something, just out of the room. It just scared me to death. Probably because I was in mid-sentence too, but oh my gosh. Y'all, that was so good. That movie slaps, okay? That was perfect, cozy fall/winter vibes. I don't know what month it was exactly. I know it was, cold outside, but cozy fall vibes and vintage vibes, but also that dark, creepy, noir kind of feeling with the soundtrack and I don't know if it's the mafia or if it's just this drug, cartel kind of thing going on with the heroin getting passed around, but that was so fun. Susie was, a good lady and she was trying to help, but she was trying to figure out what was going on herself. She was trying to figure out what was going on and then doubting her husband at one point and then trying to figure out who Mike and the other guys were, and, you know, thinking they're like detectives and then realizing they're not. And I'm still not quite sure what Mike and Carlito, was it Carlito or Carlino? I can't remember. Mike and Carlito, I don't know. I'm still not sure who they were. Like, they were obviously not the good guys, but how did they know to be there looking for the doll and Lisa and all of that? I'm not sure. I would really benefit from a second watch on this one, because a lot was being thrown at me, and I was following the general thread, but I kept losing it a couple of times. Like, I was trying to think ahead of the characters and connect the dots. Like with the Mr. Rote thing, I got confused because I was like, she was calling the mafia dude Mr. Rote, but I remembered Mr. Rote being the angry, you know, Rote Sr. who came in, and then Rote Jr. who was suspecting about the infidelity of her husband. And everyone's probably going to be yelling at me in the comments, but go easy on me, it's late here, I have a cold, and this is my first time watching this. I mean, confusion aside, I was thoroughly enjoying myself, like, trying to unravel, because they were making me doubt at one point. I was like, is Sam actually, like, is he cheating on her? Like, is he hiding the doll in the safe? Like, does he know what he has? I was starting to doubt him, and I felt like Susie was sort of starting to doubt him at one point, but then she was like, no, I know my husband, and she wasn't falling for it. Gosh, what I loved about it, I mean, apart from the vibes, cozy fall, vintage, like, noir mystery vibes, I loved all of that, the whole aesthetic of it, but you could totally see, too, what was mentioned, you know, what came up at the beginning of the film, that it was a play first. You could totally see that in the way the whole film was structured, with the whole thing pretty much taking place inside her apartment, and just, you know, transitioning to one scene after another with people coming into her apartment. You could totally see with the layout and the structure of everything, the story, how it was very much a play structure made for the stage, if you will. But I think it transitioned really well into just a small, intimate film here. And even though mostly all we saw was her apartment and right outside her apartment, it was still super intriguing. Why? Because of the characters, especially Susie. I really liked her. I was really interested in her and her dynamic with her husband, and her dynamic with Gloria, who I hated when she first came on screen because she was being such a little twerp. But then her and Gloria really had some nice moments, and they connected and they worked together to solve the mystery and to survive. I loved how she used Gloria to look outside at the phone booth and like communicate back and forth with the phone ringing and then the water pipes. Like, I loved all of that stuff. It was very smart. The whole thing was very smart. I loved how Susie's like wrestling with her new disability, right? Because she had the accident a year ago, and she's still trying to navigate these new challenges of being blind and learning how to operate without her sight. And I loved how she ended up using her disability to her advantage at the end with knocking out all of the lights, and then using the darkness to her advantage because she was used to moving around in the dark and living in the dark, and used that to her advantage to turn the tables on Mr. Rote, we'll call him. And that was amazing. That was really amazing how she turned the tables on him and then drenched him in gasoline. I thought she was gonna light him on fire. And that was gonna be the way he went out. It was not, but the whole time you sort of have the cozy mystery vibe, but also this dark, almost like shroud in the background of seeing what Mr. Rote did at the beginning with Lisa hanging in the closet, and you know what he's capable of. But it was like all of a sudden it dialed up to 11. Like when he's running over that guy, Carlito or whatever it is, Carlino in the parking lot, and he's just like going all kingpin, yeah, like running him over like 10 times in the parking lot. I was like, oh my gosh, like it went next level. It went hardcore right there. And then when he comes in and he stabs Mike, and then it's just suddenly a showdown between him and Susie. It was like, oh boy. It got so intense, and yeah, totally on the edge of my seat. I understood at first, like, why is she not giving up the doll? Because she thought they were detectives, and I guess she thought if she gave up the doll it would incriminate her husband, and then because she was lying, incriminate her. And I suppose like that was why she was not giving up the doll, because I always wondered, like, if she just gives them the doll, will they just go away? But maybe I was missing something there. And obviously you see when she finally does give him the doll, he's not going to leave without harming her, so it wouldn't. I think even if she had given it to them early on, I don't know, maybe it would have been different because Mike and Carlito were still there. So I'm gonna call him Carl because I can't remember if it's Carlito or Carlito, and I don't want people yelling at me. I'm gonna call him Carl. We still had Mike and Carl in the picture, and they were not on the level of bad that Rote was. So I feel like if she had handed over the doll, they would have tried to maybe take out Rote. Mike and Carl would have. And I don't think they would have harmed Susie. I really don't. But it's all about timing. By the time she realized who they were and who Rote was and all of what was going on, it was too late to go back and redo what had transpired. But my gosh, you're just like screaming. You're like, why is Sam not home yet? Good grief. It's like, he's never gonna want to leave her home alone again after this. But it really was like Home Alone Audrey Hepburn edition, and it was amazing. Like watching her use the advantage of like knowing her, I started to say her house, but knowing her apartment, knowing the layout of her apartment, and using that as her advantage against Rote at the end. I can't stop raving about that scene. It was so tense, and it was so wonderful how it was shot. I mean, there were just stretches of time where the screen was totally black and then just the matches coming on and stuff. It was so good. That was so fun. I love just suspenseful sort of mystery, just tense dramas. I love it. Yeah, that was so much fun. Fun like character study, but it's like it was a mystery, but we started off with a lot of the answers already. It was just like, how is this going to resolve, and how is she going to survive this, and like what's gonna go down here? I just want to say how much I thoroughly enjoyed Audrey Hepburn in this movie. I mean, she really had to carry it. She was not just the protagonist of this movie, but it's, you know, her in her apartment the whole time. She really had to carry it. And she did a wonderful job, and she's very endearing, and she's just so classy. Like, she's so classy and so likable, and again, like, fashion icon always. She's just, I loved her so much in this movie, and now I just kind of want to watch, like, all the Audrey Hepburn movies, because she was great. Thoroughly enjoyed this movie, so thanks to everybody who voted for it on the poll, and I can't believe this is the last week of Madtober. Crazy. Every year it just flies by, and I'm like, how is it over already? And I just thoroughly enjoyed this year, Madtober, like Classics edition. It was so much fun. So many great moments this year of moments of terror. Oh, I feel like the highlight of this year probably has to be my reaction to the end of Psycho. That was probably the highlight of this year's Madtober, but this was such a fun movie to end on this year, and it was again, just like chill and just fun watching the banter and the characters challenging each other and lying to each other throughout the movie and trying to figure out how it was all going to resolve. But then that crescendo of just how tense it was at the end was fantastic. I'm not going to be forgetting this movie because this was just a really fun and really unique watch. So thanks again, everybody. I feel like I'm about to have the hiccups right now because I was holding my breath. So fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed this reaction as much as I enjoyed watching this movie. And if you want to see the full-length version of this reaction, head on over to my Patreon, link in the description below. And once again this year, I say goodbye to my lovely Halloween-themed backdrop, my lovely candles, the annual tradition now of the candles. And I can't believe it, we're heading into November. Within a month now it'll be Thanksgiving. Got to start doing some holiday themed movies, at least one like Thanksgiving themed movie before it's Christmas season, and I'm doing Christmas movies during the month of December. It's the holiday season. It's my favorite time of year. Really, that whole just window between like October and December is my happy place. So much to look forward to, guys, here on the channel in the coming months, and I hope you will stick around because it's gonna be a good time. And again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week for another Film Friday. Bye, guys.